guys, Melissa with Wild Bloom Homestead. Thanks for tuning in to my channel. I am coming to you today to show you my new hydrator. My husband, it was just his birthday. I'm going to show you what I got him. And he was on the Cabela's website because, gosh, I'm banging all over the place. And last Christmas, I had gotten him this reel, and I don't know anything about them. I just know it was one that he had picked out, one he wanted. He had asked for that for, I don't know, a couple of years. And I finally got it for him last year at Christmas. And then he had just gotten this. He went out for his birthday over the weekend, and he got this pole. I don't know anything about anything when it comes to fishing other than you put bait on a hook and throw it in the water. He, on the other hand, knows quite an extensive amount more, and maybe one time we will, oh my gosh, one time we will maybe do a episode with him where he does some fishing, if you guys are interested in that. But he had bought me this. We were on our way back home from visiting my daughter, and he did a stop off. He surprised me, and he went in there. These were on sale, and I had wanted one for a couple years. When I first started the homesteading adventure, the couple of instruments that I got, the equipment that I got was a smaller dehydrator. It was the circle one. It only had 6 trays, I want to say. And I'll link the description below of the one that I have that I'll still keep. And I did things like the fruit and peppers. Those were the 2 things that I focused on. And I just finished. I made 1 mason jar, 1 quart jar full of dehydrated peppers. And it lasted me until I just finished it. We made sloppy joes the other night, and I used the last little bit of it. Loved it. It was really good. But I wanted to top off. I wanted to increase my skills, so I wanted a bigger dehydrator. And there were some other equipments that I am wanting to get into. So I'm wanting to get into fermentation as well. So only thing I have done on the fermentation line has been sauerkraut. So I'm wanting to up my skill there and broaden the spectrum of the fermentation. So we're going to unbox this together so that I can see what all is in here and see what it's like. Be right back. I'm not sure if you guys can see the mess down here, but I forgot to turn the camera back on as I was pulling it out of the box, and it would have been quite a show because I got stuck in the box. It was very, very well packaged. And I fell trying to get it open. But it came with the instruction manual and the warranty stuff that you can mail in. It's not an automatic shut-off, but it does have a control temperature. It looks like it goes like 80, 95, 110. My glasses on, sorry. 130, 140, and 160. I wanted temperature control. A lot of the recipes that I was finding that you like, they had temperature controls, and my other one is just a set it and walk away dehydrator, but it looks like it's got individual trays, and they're pretty nice. I also ordered from Amazon, and I'll link that in the description below too. I'm going to take this apart. I'm going to wash these because I'm just weird like that. But it looks like it's got individual trays. You can definitely get a lot of stuff on there. I am not sure how this works with. It always amazes me because your food, when you dehydrate it, it shrinks down so small, but when you first put it in there, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of room between each tray. So maybe on bigger stuff, you have to do every other. I don't know. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. But I am really excited about this. I would love to have one of those. I don't know if you guys have seen them on other channels, those Harvest Right freeze dryers. But they are quite expensive, and they're just not in our budget right now. There's other things that we're trying to do. We're still coming out of my husband being off of work for 12 weeks. Last year, around October, things got really bad for us very quickly, and we had to make some adjustments and fix some things, so that's what we're doing. And You know, when your husband's out of work, and I mean, it was a couple of months. It took its toll on us, financially speaking. But we're coming through it okay. I mean, he got me this gift, and he does a lot of, I don't know why that's stuck in there. I have to take that out. This looks like a drip tray, which my understanding is when you're doing fruits and stuff, this down here is what you end up making fruit leather with. I could be wrong. I will find that information out. It always amazes me that some of this stuff can be made with plastic and work in these ovens that get these temperatures. It's these dehydrators, but I don't understand the total science behind all of it. I just know I enjoy it. But there it is. There's my new Cabela's dehydrator, and we're actually going to start dehydrating something right now. Guys, I'm back. Okay, everything's unboxed, it's washed up, it's dry. I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm doing this right away first because I have some issues going on already in my garden with some of my plants. I think some of my soil was a little messed up. So, didn't have the right balance, and it looks like it's lacking some potassium. So all I'm doing is I'm going to peel these bananas, and I'm just breaking chunks because my husband uses these. He is not a big vegetable eater at all. He has gotten into the spinach smoothies with lots of berries, and the only way I can get kale in him is to do a kale and banana smoothie. So it doesn't bother me at all. That's the way it's got to be done. But this is how I did this on my other one, so I pretty much know how I'm going to do this. I just want to see how good this one works. All I'm doing is peeling the bananas. I want to take a moment and say a special thanks to one of my subscribers out there who sent me a very nice compliment. I'm really kind of awkward when it comes to getting compliments. Even just thinking about it makes me feel weird. But talked about how I seemed to just be a real gal. That is one of my favorite things to say in whatever circle I'm in, is that to be genuine and to be real. It takes a lot of work. I spent a lot of my life in the shadows of other people, or trying to be something that I wasn't, or I was a very, very insecure person, and it's caused me to be very backwards. But I have to attribute anything that you see that's a light that comes out of me, or joy on my face, or a peace about my spirit, if you will. To be honest with you, it comes from Jesus Christ. I am not going to lie to you, and I hope I don't scare people away, but it is a real thing. It's real for me, and my faith in him has changed he's changed my life. So I just wanted to give a special thanks to the compliment, and they knew who they are, and they know what they said, so we'll just leave it at that. I do everything down to the root, and we're just going to, let me get a napkin. We're just going to get a tray out. I think it'll all fit on one tray. I'm going to do the middle one. And literally, all I'm doing is, just to make it a little bit easier, is I'm just going to cut it in some pieces. I'm just going to lay it on here. I don't know if you guys are enjoying my channel all the way. Sometimes I'm not sure if I'm being redundant or repeating things over and over. I'm sorry. Do the flesh side down. I meant to say that. I sure hope you're enjoying it. I have really enjoyed getting into this lifestyle, if you will. I was talking to my husband about it yesterday, about talking to you guys about my channel in general. I had thought about being more of like what is the brand of my video? They all talk about branding. What's the branding of your video? And I don't know that I have one, and I apologize for that. I will tell you that the basis, my idea and intent going into this was to share with you just a small scale city girl who has a country heart. That's the only thing I could think of, was that I very much am very deep rooted in Southern lifestyles. And when I say rooted, I have family members that are there. You know, we grew up spending summers on a Kentucky farm at my Aunt Sylvie's house, and they had cows and chickens, and it was a family farm. If I can get with my aunt and get a picture, I think she's got an aerial view of the farm that we would go and spend time at. But my dad loved going out there, and I think he had a call on his heart to go, but you know, just fears of uncertainty. My mom wasn't about it. She's a Jersey gal. So I think that's where it comes from. And my mamaw, if I ever get an opportunity to like go and cook a recipe with her, which I would love to do on my channel, you'll very much hear that Kentucky, West Virginia dialect come out in her voice. And it's something I have come to really treasure about my family. Family was always kind of tough for me. I think I'm going to need more than just one tray. Family was tough for me. There was some things there that were a little hard to deal with, but that doesn't mean you can't appreciate family and the jewels that they've placed in your life. Because they do. Most. I know there's some really bad stories out there. Heartbreaking, actually. I'm going to do every other. I don't know. Let's try it. Never had one like this. Anyway, talking about branding, I do that. I'll start talking and then venture off, and it might cause me problems on a YouTube channel. I'll stay focused. But I was talking to my husband and like, what's branding, when we were driving home this past weekend, and I was talking to him, and I was saying, you know, I don't know how to nail down a specific with my channel, except for to tell you that it's going to be the homesteading life. Like, there is prepping shows out there that will scare the bejesus out of you. I tend to stay away from fear tactic type scenarios. I'm the same way in my faith when it comes to doing things to win people over by fear. I just completely disagree with that. It doesn't seem like that's the precipice of my belief and my understanding of Jesus. I do know there's some real factors that we need to pay attention to, and that's very different than fear. But I get irritated, and my heart broke. I'm going to be real honest with you. When a lot of the people that I was enjoying these gardening shows from in the homesteading, they've switched and they've gone into this drastic change of just fear and very governmentally based platforms, and I just don't like it. I don't want my channel to be about that. I want it to be about learning. So I guess if I was to tell you what my channel is, I prep, but I'm not a prepper. I garden, but I'm not a gardener. I preserve, but I'm not a preservist. I love herbs, but I'm not an herbalist. I don't have any kind of professional thing other than my accounting degree, and I'm just not, it's not my way. I wear makeup, but I'm not a makeup artist. I don't wear a lot of makeup, and I don't wear it often. You will often see me without it. My oldest daughter is a lot that way. My youngest daughter is very glamorous with her makeup, and I think it's wonderful. She's very talented. I really think she should have been in like Hollywood, because she's very good at it. Maybe one day she can do like a beauty thing with us, but I'm not that person. And you know, I love flowers, but I'm not a florist. I love to do landscape and keep my yard clean, but I'm not a landscaper. Like, I don't know how to tell you what to brand except for just tell you I'm inviting you into my life. I'm going to teach you what I know about a homestead. It's going to be wild and crazy and probably very disorganized because that seems to be how my garden goes. It's kind of the ebb and flow. I know there's some basis and knowledge and things we got to have along the way, for sure. There is some common sense things that you have to do as far as investigating in the professional realm. And I've shared some of that, like with my composting videos and amending videos. There's some wisdom and some knowledge out there that even if your personality doesn't fit in those fine lines, you still can gain wisdom yourself from that and apply it to what you do, you know? And God loves us all. And he just expects us to live a very honorable life, I guess. I don't know. So I guess that's my ranting on my channel, I guess. On this particular one, because I've never used one with a temperature gauge, we're going to look at what it says to do the bananas in. I'm going to go by that. So, it just says, okay, so it's 135 degrees, so we're going to turn it on. And we're going to take it to the 135 degrees, right there. You always want to make sure with a dehydrator that your airflow is good, that nothing's going to be in its way. And this one says, again, for bananas, the fruit, 6 to 12 hours. This is peels, so I'm going to tell you that in my other one, on the lowest setting, the circular one that I used to have, on the lowest setting, which I believe keeps it between 80 and 140, I think. I'll have to get back with you on that one. And it took every bit of 12 hours, but we're going to let this go, see what happens, and I will come back to you. Okay, so I've come to the end of the day, and I am now removing all the banana peels out of here. It took about 6 hours this time. It's 6 to 12 hours, but these went pretty quickly. And you can hear they're pretty crunchy. So I'm just going to show you what we're going to do next. You can see it grinds down pretty low. I'm going to add some more. It smells like bananas, don't it? You smell it?
Yep.
All we're doing is we're dumping it down in there. And there we have it, you guys. This is the potassium. It's all 100% pure potassium from the peels there. As you can see, that is 6 dehydrated peels. It does take me quite a bit to fill up this jar, but then I've got it, and I just usually just keep doing it until they're full. And then I sprinkle it in my garden when it is showing signs of being potassium deficient. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me a comment and I'll respond promptly. Thank you. Have a good night.